Imagine the moment your consciousness leaves your body. Does the world blur and fade? Or does something remain? Something that continues to observe, to exist, to notice? For centuries, humans have asked the same question. Do the dead still watch us? What happens right after we die? In this video, we'll explore the scientific, philosophical, and anecdotal perspectives on the moments that follow life and uncover mysteries that challenge everything we thought we knew about consciousness. The transition from life to death is not simply a biological event. Scientists describe it as a cascade of physiological processes. The heart stops, oxygen levels drop, brain activity slows, and yet, in certain moments, consciousness seems to persist. Near-death experiences, or NDEs, have been reported across cultures and time, with remarkably consistent elements. A feeling of peace, an out-of-body perspective, often a sense of moving toward a bright light. What makes these experiences compelling is not just their consistency, but the subtle details that sometimes include accurate observations from outside the body, things the person should not have been able to see. Consider the accounts of individuals who, during clinical death, report observing medical procedures, conversations, or details in rooms far away from their physical vantage point. Some describe floating above their bodies, seeing their surroundings with startling clarity. Skeptics argue these experiences are hallucinations, byproducts of the dying brain. But the question lingers, why are the accounts so detailed and sometimes verifiable? Could it be that consciousness, in some form, continues to exist independently of the body? And here's the question that keeps researchers awake at night. If consciousness survives, even for a brief moment after death, does it watch the living? Could our deceased loved ones, in some imperceptible way, observe us as we live, laugh, and grieve? Reports from mediums and paranormal investigators suggest that the dead may linger close to familiar places or individuals, drawn not by haunting, but by connection. From a neuroscientific perspective, death is not always instantaneous. Studies show that neurons can remain active for several minutes after the heart stops. Some scientists theorize that consciousness might persist in this window, capable of forming memories or even interacting with the environment in ways we do not yet understand. In this delicate threshold between life and death, many cultures believe that the soul makes choices, to move on, to linger, or to communicate. Accounts from various traditions describe the dead as existing in a parallel layer of reality, perceptible to those who are attuned or sensitive. In Japan, spirits known as yurei are thought to remain near places of emotional significance. In Mexico, during Dia de los Muertos, families honor deceased ancestors, believing they watch and guide the living. Across time and space, a common thread emerges. Death may not be an end, but a transition into another form of awareness. Modern physics introduces even more intriguing possibilities. Some researchers argue that consciousness could be a form of energy, not bound strictly by physical laws as we know them. If energy cannot be destroyed, as Einstein's law suggests, could consciousness continue as a subtle energetic presence? This idea bridges science with anecdotal experience, suggesting that the dead might, in fact, watch or influence the living without our awareness. But how does this translate to everyday experiences? Many people report fleeting sensations, an inexplicable touch, a whisper, a sudden chill in an empty room, or the distinct impression of a loved one nearby. These moments are fleeting, often dismissed, yet they are remarkably consistent across different cultures. Are these phenomena mere coincidences, or glimpses of a reality that science has yet to fully comprehend? As we conclude this first part, one question remains. If the dead do watch us, are they bound to certain locations or people, or can they observe events anywhere? And more importantly, what are they seeing when they look? In part 2, we'll explore the science and testimonies that attempt to answer this, and reveal accounts that defy conventional explanation. As we continue, we step deeper into the enigma of consciousness beyond death. If the soul or awareness does persist even briefly after the body ceases to function, what does it perceive? Accounts from near-death experiences reveal astonishing details that challenge conventional science. People who have been declared clinically dead sometimes report observing events in their environment with astonishing clarity, including conversations, medical procedures, or objects they could not have seen otherwise. Some recall observing themselves from above, witnessing their own body lying still, while simultaneously experiencing intense emotions of peace, warmth, and sometimes curiosity about what lies ahead. These experiences often share recurring motifs: tunnels of light, encounters with beings of light, and a profound sense of connection with loved ones who have already passed. The consistency across cultures and centuries is striking, suggesting a universal pattern to what occurs when life ends. Yet the question persists: do these experiences indicate that the dead continue to observe the living, or are they simply fleeting illusions of a dying brain? Skeptics argue that oxygen deprivation and chemical changes in the brain generate hallucinations, but the level of detail recorded in some NDEs challenges this explanation. In several verified cases, patients have accurately described events and objects in rooms where they were physically absent, or recounted conversations that occurred while they were clinically unconscious. Could it be that consciousness, even in a reduced form, exists independently of the physical body, retaining the ability to perceive and perhaps even interact with its surroundings? The implications are profound, hinting at a reality where life and death are not as distinct as we imagine. Many spiritual traditions describe the dead as lingering near those they loved, subtly watching over them, or guiding them from beyond. In Hindu philosophy, the soul, or Atman, continues its journey toward moksha, and during the transitional period, it is believed to remain aware of its former connections. Similarly, in African and Native American traditions, ancestral spirits are thought to observe, protect, and even advise the living. Could these beliefs reflect a fundamental truth about consciousness? A truth that modern science is only beginning to approach through the study of NDEs, quantum theories of mind, and the persistence of information in complex systems? Some researchers suggest that consciousness may be a form of energy that cannot be destroyed, a subtle force that survives physical death in ways we do not yet understand. If consciousness is indeed a form of energy, it is plausible that it could continue to exist near the living, aware of their actions, thoughts, and emotions. Anecdotal evidence abounds. Individuals report sensing the presence of a loved one shortly after death, feeling a reassuring touch, or seeing fleeting apparitions that vanish as quickly as they appear. These moments are not frightening, but strangely comforting, as if someone unseen is silently observing, ensuring that life continues and that connections endure even when bodies are gone. The question then arises: if the dead are observing, what do they perceive? Do they witness our daily lives, our struggles, our triumphs? Do they understand us in ways we cannot fully grasp, free from the limitations of human consciousness? Some testimonies suggest a profound awareness of emotion, an ability to perceive feelings and intentions, even if the physical world remains beyond reach. In near-death experiences, many describe encounters with deceased loved ones who communicate through feelings, gestures, or subtle signs rather than words. This implies a form of perception that transcends conventional senses, one that operates on a higher or different plane of existence. Across the world, countless stories point to similar phenomena. Parents sense the presence of a child who has passed away, sometimes feeling them near, hearing their voice in whispers or dreams. Couples report experiencing moments where a deceased partner seems to guide decisions or offer comfort. Even animals are said to respond to unseen presences, indicating that awareness beyond death might be detectable across species. Could it be that the dead are not passive observers, but conscious participants in the world, perceiving, understanding, and interacting with the living in subtle, unobservable ways? Scientific exploration into these mysteries is still in its infancy. Studies of near-death experiences, consciousness research, and the emerging field of parapsychology aim to investigate these phenomena with rigor. Brain imaging of patients who have reported NDEs reveals activity patterns that challenge the idea that all perception ceases at death. Experiments with controlled environments have recorded instances where information reported by those who were clinically dead matches events in the physical world that they could not have known. While mainstream science remains cautious, these findings suggest that the line between life and death might be more permeable than previously assumed. And yet, questions remain unanswered. If consciousness survives, why is its perception limited? Why are some experiences vivid and others fleeting? Could there be a spectrum of awareness, where some souls remain near the living, observing and influencing subtly, while others transition into realms beyond comprehension? These questions lead to deeper philosophical inquiries about the nature of existence, the continuity of self, and the very definition of life and death. In contemplating the possibility of ongoing observation after death, we are forced to reconsider what it means to be alive and how our actions ripple through time, space, and perhaps even dimensions beyond our current understanding. In the middle of this exploration, consider the stories of those who report signs and synchronicities. Objects moving inexplicably, messages appearing in dreams, or coincidences that feel too precise to dismiss. While skeptics attribute these to chance or psychological projection, believers interpret them as subtle guidance from those who have passed on. It is in these quiet moments of perception that the idea of the dead watching the living feels most real. Perhaps their presence is calm, protective, and persistent, rather than alarming. Perhaps they observe not with judgment, but with a quiet, enduring connection to the lives they once shared. And here's a question to ponder as we move forward. If the dead are aware, do they see our choices before we make them? Do they witness moments of kindness, fear, or courage that define who we are? Are they silently guiding, nudging, or simply witnessing the unfolding of events? Some reports suggest that intuition, gut feelings, and moments of inexplicable foresight may arise from interactions with a consciousness beyond our physical world. It is as if the living are not alone, that unseen eyes quietly accompany us through our lives, offering insight, comfort, or reassurance in ways we cannot consciously perceive. As we approach the end of this segment, it becomes clear that the boundary between life and death is not a rigid line, but a fluid threshold. The idea that the dead may still watch us is no longer purely spiritual or mythical. It intersects with science, philosophy, and first-hand accounts in ways that demand curiosity and respect. Whether through lingering energy, subtle influence, or a continuation of consciousness beyond physical decay, there is mounting evidence that death may not signify an end to awareness. It may represent a shift into a different state of being, where observation, connection, and understanding persist, albeit in forms we are only beginning to comprehend. As we move further into this exploration, imagine a realm where awareness is no longer bound by flesh and bone, where consciousness extends beyond the limits of the physical body. If the dead are indeed observing, what are they witnessing? Some reports from near-death experiences and anecdotal accounts suggest that these observations are not random. Rather, they are deeply connected to emotion, memory, and intention. People who have returned from clinical death often describe sensing the feelings of loved ones, perceiving their struggles, joys, and even the subtle decisions that shape their lives. It is as though consciousness, freed from the constraints of mortality, becomes attuned to the very essence of life itself. Could it be that death does not sever connection, but transforms it, allowing the departed to watch over, guide, or silently accompany those they once cherished? Across cultures and centuries, there are consistent stories of the dead lingering near, offering subtle signs, messages, or presences that cannot be explained by the living mind alone. A parent might sense the touch of a child who has passed, or a partner may feel a comforting presence in moments of fear or uncertainty. Some people report objects moving inexplicably, sounds that evoke memories, or fleeting images in the periphery of vision. Phenomena that leave no physical trace yet feel undeniably real. Skeptics may attribute these occurrences to coincidence, grief, or imagination, yet the sheer consistency and detail across independent accounts suggests that there may be more at play. Perhaps consciousness does not simply vanish at death. It adapts, transforms, and continues to observe in ways that challenge our current understanding of reality. The scientific perspective on this is both fascinating and cautious. Modern researchers have begun studying these phenomena with rigor, combining neuroscience, quantum theory, and parapsychology. Brain imaging of individuals during near-death experiences reveals complex activity patterns that cannot be fully explained by oxygen deprivation or chemical processes alone. Some controlled experiments have even placed hidden images in hospital rooms or operating theaters, which were later reported by patients who were clinically dead at the time. These findings suggest that, At least in some cases, perception may continue independently of the functioning brain. If so, the implications are profound. Consciousness may not be confined to matter but could persist in subtle forms, observing and interacting with the living in ways that defy conventional understanding. But what exactly might the dead do while watching? Some accounts suggest a role that is protective and guiding, rather than intrusive. People often describe a comforting presence during times of danger or distress, almost as if an unseen observer is gently steering them away from harm. Others recount moments of inspiration, intuition, or sudden clarity that feels like it comes from outside themselves, perhaps a subtle nudge from a consciousness beyond. These interactions are not always overt. They may manifest as feelings, instincts, or synchronicities that influence decisions without overt communication. It is a delicate, almost imperceptible interplay, where observation itself becomes a form of connection, a silent dialogue that bridges life and death. In some cases, the presence of the departed seems to transcend personal relationships, extending a broader awareness of humanity or even the natural world. Stories abound of individuals sensing distant loved ones in moments of crisis, or feeling an uncanny awareness of events occurring far away. Animals, too, appear sensitive to these presences, reacting to what humans cannot perceive. Could consciousness, in its non-physical form, operate on a level of information or energy that allows it to witness events across distances, even subtly influence outcomes? While mainstream science remains skeptical, these consistent patterns point toward a possibility that the boundaries between life and death, between observer and observed, are far more fluid than we imagine. As we explore these ideas, one cannot ignore the emotional resonance. For those who have lost loved ones, the notion that observation continues beyond death can be profoundly comforting. It suggests that relationships are not severed by mortality, that love, connection, and awareness endure even when the physical body is gone. Parents, spouses, and children often describe feelings of calm, warmth, or reassurance that appear unprompted, moments that feel like the gentle presence of someone watching over them. This form of observation is not frightening. It is serene, protective, and imbued with a sense of continuity that defies finality. It is as if life and death are not opposing states, but two facets of the same continuum, where awareness persists in ways both subtle and meaningful. Yet there are mysteries that remain. If the dead can observe, do they experience time as we do? Are they aware of events in a linear fashion, or does their perception exist outside of temporal constraints? Some reports suggest that consciousness beyond death can sense multiple layers of reality simultaneously, perceiving events that have already happened, are happening, and may happen in the future. This raises staggering questions about causality, destiny, and the flow of time itself. Could moments of intuition, foresight, or inexplicable coincidence be the influence of those who have passed, perceiving the world in a way that transcends our understanding of cause and effect? The implications challenge not only science but the very nature of existence itself. There is also the question of purpose. Why would the dead observe at all? Some theories suggest that observation is a continuation of connection, an act of love, protection, or guidance. Others propose that consciousness, freed from the body, naturally seeks to understand the ongoing story of life it once inhabited. If so, the dead are not passive entities. They are engaged participants in the unfolding of reality, witnessing the consequences of actions, the growth of individuals, and the evolution of relationships. Their observation may be subtle, almost imperceptible, but its presence could influence outcomes in ways that are felt rather than seen, understood rather than articulated. The phenomenon also invites us to reflect on the nature of our own consciousness. If awareness can persist beyond death, what does that imply about the mind, the soul, or the energy that animates life? Are we, in some sense, observers even while alive, interacting with a continuum of awareness that extends beyond ourselves? And if the dead are watching, how does that shape our understanding of morality, empathy, and responsibility? Knowing that our actions may be witnessed by unseen eyes could transform how we perceive our place in the world, and the impact we have on those around us, both living and departed. As we consider these possibilities, it is important to acknowledge the subtlety of the evidence. Many encounters are fleeting, almost imperceptible, experienced as emotions, intuition, or momentary glimpses. The absence of tangible proof does not diminish their significance. Rather, it underscores the delicate nature of awareness beyond the physical realm. Perhaps the dead do not seek to impose, to frighten, or to control, but merely to be present, to witness, and to maintain connection. In this light, observation becomes an act of care, a silent affirmation that existence continues, even in forms beyond human perception. And here is a thought to leave with you. If you have ever felt a comforting presence, a sudden clarity, or a sense that someone unseen is nearby, consider that it may not be imagination. Consider that life and death might not be opposing states, but part of an intertwined continuum. Awareness may persist, watching, guiding, or simply sharing in the unfolding of events. The quiet moments of intuition, the inexplicable coincidences, and the subtle synchronicities may all be echoes of consciousness beyond the physical. Reminders that the story of life continues even when bodies cease to function. In the next and final part, we will reflect on the broader implications of these observations. We will explore what it means for humanity, for our understanding of consciousness, and for the delicate connection between the living and the dead. We will bring this journey to a calm, contemplative close, offering insights into how awareness beyond life may influence our understanding of love, existence, and the infinite tapestry of reality. Prepare to conclude with a sense of wonder, serenity, and deep reflection on the enduring connections that persist beyond death. As we reach the final part of our journey into the possibility that the dead continue to observe, it is worth pausing to reflect on what we have explored. If consciousness persists beyond the physical body, even subtly or invisibly, then our understanding of life, death, and connection is forever changed. Life may not begin and end with the body. Instead, it might be part of a continuum, a vast tapestry in which awareness threads through time, connecting the living and the departed. This perspective encourages us to view our relationships, the universe, and even our own minds with new eyes and open hearts. Consider the countless stories we have encountered, near-death experiences, gentle presences, synchronicities, moments of intuition or inexplicable clarity. Individually, these may seem fleeting or coincidental, but as a pattern across cultures and centuries, a remarkable picture emerges. Consciousness, in some form, appears to endure. It does not demand attention but quietly observes, offering comfort, guidance, or reassurance in subtle ways. The consistency of these accounts hints at a universal truth, one that science is only beginning to approach. This ongoing awareness does not follow the rules of our physical reality. If the dead watch, they do not perceive through eyes or ears as we do, nor experience time linearly. Their perception may operate on a different plane, attuned to emotion, intention, and subtle energies beyond ordinary senses. Observations could be instantaneous or stretched across moments, blending past, present, and possible futures. Some theorists suggest that consciousness is a form of energy or information that cannot be destroyed, interacting with the living and sustaining connections long after the body ceases to function. Interactions reported by those who sense the presence of the departed take on profound significance. A sudden reassurance, a whisper in a dream, or the sense of someone nearby may not be coincidence. They could be expressions of ongoing awareness, echoes of a consciousness that endures. These moments are often calm, comforting, and deeply personal, reflecting bonds that were significant in life. Perhaps the dead observe not to control, but to remain present, offering silent support and reminding the living that connection transcends physical separation. This perspective encourages reflection on our own lives. If departed souls remain aware, even subtly, our actions, intentions, and emotions carry meaning beyond what we can immediately perceive. Life becomes a shared experience, connecting the living and the departed. Awareness of this continuity can inspire compassion, mindfulness, and responsibility toward the lives we touch, both visible and unseen. Love, empathy, and connection may extend beyond physical separation, persisting in ways we are only beginning to explore. The possibility that consciousness persists invites wonder about the nature of existence. What is the essence of awareness, and how does it interact with the universe? Some researchers explore quantum theories, proposing that consciousness may persist even when the brain ceases to function. Others consider consciousness as non-local, capable of existing beyond matter and time. While speculative, these ideas open doors to understanding life and death in profoundly new ways. Stories of sensing the departed offer another layer of insight. A parent feeling a child's presence, a partner sensing reassurance, a stranger receiving guidance, all often subtle, fleeting, and personal. Rarely dramatic, these experiences leave a lasting impression, suggesting life and death are intertwined. The calm, serene nature of such interactions points to awareness beyond death as one of continuity, empathy, and quiet connection. Bonds forged in life may endure, offering solace and perspective even after the physical body is gone. The notion that consciousness persists challenges conventional ideas about life's end. Death may not signify cessation but transformation, a transition to a state where perception is unbounded by matter. Life and death are not separate but points along a continuum, where awareness continues to observe, learn, and connect. This perspective invites us to reconsider what it means to be alive, to love, and to experience the world. Relationships and presence may endure, quietly watching over, supporting, and witnessing long after the body ceases. We may also wonder what the dead truly perceive. Are they aware of our choices, emotions, and struggles? Do they perceive connections or consequences hidden from human observation? While definitive answers elude us, the depth and consistency of experiences suggest awareness beyond life operates on an intuitive, empathetic level. The dead may observe with serenity, offering reassurance and guidance subtly, without needing to interfere. There is beauty in this quiet observation. The dead may witness without judgment, presence without interference, and connection without acknowledgement. Gentle signs, coincidences, and intuitive nudges could be manifestations of this awareness. Reminders that existence is vast, interconnected, and deeper than we often recognize. Embracing this possibility fosters empathy, presence, and appreciation for all life, living and departed. Philosophically, if the dead continue to watch, life takes on a new dimension, where meaning, connection, and consciousness extend beyond the measurable. It encourages reflection on love, empathy, understanding, and awareness that transcends the physical. Death becomes not a termination, but a transformation, in which consciousness continues to witness, guide, and connect in subtle, profound ways. While science continues to study consciousness and near-death experiences, the idea that the dead still observe inspires wonder, calm, and reflection. Life, death, and awareness may be interconnected, woven together through observation, empathy, and subtle perception. Reflect on moments when you have felt reassurance, clarity, or gentle guidance. It may be a reminder that awareness endures, that connection transcends the body, and that love and consciousness continue in ways we are only beginning to understand. If this exploration has captivated your curiosity, don't forget to subscribe to Lurix for more videos exploring consciousness, the unexplained, and the edges of reality. Comment below to share your experiences or thoughts. Perhaps your story will illuminate the subtle, enduring connection between the living and those who have passed. Remember, the universe is vast, consciousness is profound, and the dead may not be gone at all. They could be quietly watching, calm, eternal, and deeply connected to the lives that continue.